Welcome to Indiana, DeWanna. Welcome to Indiana. What I heard come out of your mouth is exactly why this signing, of all the other moves the Indiana Fever did this offseason, the DeWanna Bonner signing was the one that made me just get out of bed a little bit faster.
DeWanna Bonner is fired up to team up with Caitlin Clark, while the Las Vegas Aces are falling apart. Players are leaving, Aya Wilson's squad is looking shaky, and that so-called dynasty suddenly doesn't seem so secure. Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever are loading up with talent and momentum. Could we be witnessing a shift in the WNBA's balance of power? Let's break it all down and see if the Fever are about to take over.
Obviously, we have to get better. We have to really take a sharp look at ourselves, look ourselves in the mirror, see our shortcomings, and then, you got to make the moves necessary, whatever that means, to put the best product that we possibly can. It's not going to be the same group probably next year.
DeWanna Bonner sat back, stared at the contract, and blinked twice. Indiana Fever? She had to double-check to make sure it wasn't some kind of elaborate prank, but nope, it was real. One of the most competitive players in the WNBA was officially teaming up with Caitlin Clark. And let's be honest, the last time these two shared a court, Bonner was the one giving Caitlin the full WNBA welcome package. Tough defense, a little trash talk, and that classic rookie, you better recognize energy.
So this has actually been the shock of free agency. I'm being dead serious here. This is the shock of free agency. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The shock of free agency is the fact that the Fever signed their backup point guard, and it might be one of the best vets in the entire WNBA.
Nobody saw this reaction coming. Most people figured DeWanna Bonner would take the classic veteran route. Something like, she's young, she's talented, but she's got to earn her stripes. The usual. But nope. Bonner wasn't just excited. She was amped. She was talking like she'd just been recruited to run with prime Michael Jordan.
Of all of the moves that the Fever have made during this free agency season, this one has been the most shocking for a lot of fans. Firstly, because Sydney Colson seemed to be a key piece to the Las Vegas Aces, and it seemed like that Las Vegas Aces group is kind of falling apart.
The numbers don't lie. Ticket sales are soaring, TV ratings are shattering records, and even casual sports fans who never paid attention to the WNBA are suddenly all in. Caitlin Clark isn't just another hyped rookie. She's a full-blown phenomenon. DeWanna Bonner, who's seen it all in her long career, all-star teammates, championship runs, battles against the best, knows this moment is different. This feels bigger. And judging by her reaction, she's more than ready to ride the Caitlin Clark wave straight into Indiana's uprising.
This notion that Caitlin Clark is not the face of the WNBA because she isn't the best player is quite honestly ridiculous. Conor McGregor was the face of the UFC. He was not the best fighter. Nikola Jokic is the best player in the NBA, but nobody says he's the face of the NBA. Being the best doesn't automatically give you the title as the face of the league. It's who moves the needle, who's marketed to the audience, who are they coming to see, who drives the conversation surrounding your sport. All the numbers and metrics point to one direction, and that direction is Caitlin Clark, and it's not even close.
The moment the news broke, Fever fans wasted no time. They were printing DeWanna Bonner jerseys like they worked at a Nike factory. But then came the real shocker. For the first time ever, Bonner was spotted working out with Caitlin Clark. A moment so rare, so unexpected, it sent WNBA Twitter into a full-blown meltdown. Bonner walks into the gym, cool and composed, that seasoned vet energy radiating off her. Been there, done that. Meanwhile, Caitlin's already drenched in sweat, locked in, and has probably been grinding for an hour before Bonner even showed up.
Provide the knowledge and explain playoff film a little bit better so we can be better prepared and don't get punched in the face the first game. And it's hard to come back when you do that the first game. It's hard to come back and try to win 2 straight against a veteran team. So I think they got it, and I think that it's going to be steps throughout the regular season that get us prepared for that, because every game, every single night is going to be hard. These teams have changed a lot in this league, and every team has loaded up and gotten better. So I think that the regular season is going to definitely prepare us for that.
Last year, Connecticut and Indiana played.
DeWanna knew Caitlin was good. This wasn't hype. This wasn't social media blowing smoke. This was the real deal. And the best part? Bonner is now a full-fledged member of the Protect Caitlin Clark at All Costs squad. Fever fans, meet your newest soldier. First, it was Sophie Cunningham trying to be Caitlin's personal bodyguard, and now DeWanna Bonner is stepping up. If anyone even thinks about laying a hard foul on Clark, they're answering to Bonner. And let's be real, this is a woman who's been through it all. Elbows, brutal screens, and WNBA drama that sometimes looks more like WWE. Is she going to let anyone mess with her new favorite teammate? Absolutely not.
Push their team to get over the finish line. It's playoffs, so emotions are high, tensions are high, but I can be more excited to step on the court with Caitlin. We actually had a great workout this morning, and I think we just feed well off each other, so I'm just here to hopefully, give my little leadership advice. I don't feel like I need to push her to be any type of player that she isn't already is, and I'm just happy to be here, and I hope that I can give her some knowledge to take her game to a different level, so when I retire, she can pass that along, to other players. So.
And let's break down that Fever starting lineup for a second. Caitlin Clark, the shooter, the playmaker, the walking highlight reel. Kelsey Mitchell, silent assassin, ready to drop 20 at any moment. Sophie Cunningham, chief officer of You Touch Caitlin, You Deal With Me. DeWanna Bonner, veteran enforcer, still running on pure competitive fire. Aaliyah Boston, anchor of the defense, casually dominating the paint. And Sydney Colson? Yes, we'll get to that later, because A'ja Wilson is already crying about her. This isn't just a team. This is a movement. This is the We Are Not Losing squad. And DeWanna Bonner? She's all in.
What excites you the most about this team that you're going to be joining?
I mean, they have dynamic pieces in CC and Kelsey Mitchell and AB, Lexi Hall. I mean, they have a great core, so why not just add to that and try to, take us to the next level in the playoffs.
Now, where are the A'ja Wilson and Angel Reese fans at? Oh, that's right. Huddled in a corner, wiping their tears, clutching old highlights like their precious family heirlooms.
Why?
Because the Indiana Fever just tore through free agency like a tornado. Meanwhile, the Aces? They're over there trying to cobble together a full roster with nothing but glue and optimism.
Hopefully, like I said, I can make her life a little easier. Not just her, the whole team, but hopefully she can make my life a little easier.
DeWanna, I guarantee you your life is going to be easier. What do they say, Charles Barkley? Guarantee! I guarantee it, DeWanna. But what I loved was the first part of that. We already had a great workout this morning. DeWanna Bonner came to Indiana and she already knows who she's dealing with.
First of all, the Fever saw Caitlin Clark walk through that door and said, "All right, we're going all in." They pulled up with Natasha Howard, boom. They got DeWanna Bonner, boom. And just when Aces fans thought they could catch a breath, here comes Sydney Colson. Championship experience, comedic relief, and most importantly, a perfect backup for Caitlin Clark. The pain in Las Vegas right now?
Pure poetry.
A'ja Wilson is sitting there like, wait, who am I even playing with again? Meanwhile, Indiana has a squad so deep, they might start running load management just for fun.
She's a gem. I didn't know her, but All-Star Weekend, we kind of bantered back and forth a little bit. And she's lovely. She has a lot of pressure on her shoulders. And I think a lot of people always have a lot to say with people they don't even know or shoes they've never been in. And for me, I think she's handling the pressure very well. She's doing a lot of great things for women's basketball. And I'm a fan. Like, I would love to play with her one day, for real.
But wait, let's not forget Angel Reese, the self-proclaimed rebounding queen, and it's about me too girl. Please. The last time she saw Indiana on her schedule, she was flopping around like a fish out of water. Somebody tell her, Fever games aren't a swimming competition. This isn't synchronized diving. There are no style points for dramatic falls. She hits the floor so much, you'd think she was trying to become part of the hardwood. At this point, the arena staff should start charging her rent for all the time she spends lying on the court. And let's be real, she calls herself the rebounding queen, but half of those boards come from her missing her own layups. Stat padding at its finest. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is out here actually making history, and Sophie Cunningham is ready to throw hands if needed. Angel better think twice before trying her usual antics against the Fever. Indiana doesn't have time for all that flopping. This is real basketball, not a talent show for the best dramatic performance.
It just was a really good, welcoming feeling that DeWanna Bonner received. What stood out to me, and a lot of the freaking fans, I like to clown, okay? I like to clown too. Welcome to my channel, guys. I like to joke, humor, and crack jokes. A lot of the girls on Twitter was like, did y'all see that smile DeWanna Bonner had on her face when she walked in and seen like that man come out with that chef hat? And like he was like, yeah, we cook breakfast every morning. This is what I mean when I say what I say, okay?
Before now, the Aces used to be untouchable. Used to be. Now, the only thing they've got going for them is nostalgia. Nobody's scared of Vegas anymore. Meanwhile, Indiana is cooking up a new dynasty. Caitlin Clark is about to be dropping dimes everywhere. DeWanna Bonner is pulling up like she's still 25, and Natasha Howard is locking people down like a defensive warden. You think A'ja Wilson wants to deal with that? She's probably staring at this Fever roster like, yeah, I'm out. And Aces fans? Yeah, they're feeling that pain.
They went up and snatched Sid Colson from the Aces. She is 100% vibes. She is 100% going to be a backup for Caitlin. It's going to be fantastic. Backup for Kelsey. Like, she is a great addition to this backcourt. She has senior leadership. She has championship experience. She is the most fun ever. And Stephanie White and the Indiana Fever front office is not messing around.
One day, Aces fans are on Twitter claiming A'ja Wilson is the best player in the world. The next day, when are we signing somebody? How the tables have turned. They went from cocky to concerned real quick. Look, nobody's saying the Aces are completely finished, but let's be real, they're hanging on for dear life. Meanwhile, Indiana is treating the WNBA offseason like a video game, stacking pieces like they've got an unlimited salary cap. Fever GM walked into free agency like, yeah, I'll take one of everything.
So as you guys can see in this footage here, man, it's her working alongside Keith Porter, and I believe Caitlin Clark as well took place in this workout session because she is clearly in the gym. You guys look real good. I'm going to pull up some photos here of Caitlin Clark actually being there for this workout session. So I don't know if her and Caitlin Clark got in the gym, but it is definitely looking like that is the case.
While Angel Reese is out there playing unrivaled to fewer and fewer viewers each week, trying to convince everyone she's the next big thing, Caitlin Clark is in the lab cooking up something dangerous for the WNBA. And the A'ja Wilson fans? Furious. The Indiana Fever just keep making moves, and their tears could probably fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool by now. Picture this. Caitlin Clark is fully rested and no longer carrying an entire team on her back like she did in college. Now she's got reinforcements. DeWanna Bonner, elite. Natasha Howard, an absolute problem. Sophie Cunningham, ready to throw hands at the slightest sign of disrespect. Indiana is building a squad that's about to make A'ja and her fanbase question their entire existence. And the locker room vibes? Next level. Sydney Colson is dropping comedy gold daily, keeping energy sky high, and probably roasting Angel Reese's stat line every single week.
So the Las Vegas Aces have lost basically their entire team. Almost their entire team is gone from last year. They've lost basically everyone. If we want to look at the Vegas Aces team from last year, who's still remaining? The MVP? Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray. That is it.
But let's get serious for a second. The thought of Caitlin Clark no longer being hacked 24/7 with no calls is downright terrifying for the rest of the league. She was already putting up insane numbers while getting triple-teamed. Now, she's got floor spacers, shooters, defenders, and enforcers. Yes, enforcers. Sophie Cunningham is officially the head of the Protect Caitlin at All Costs task force. Does anybody so much as breathe on Clark the wrong way? Sophie's there. Did somebody try a cheap shot? Sophie's already midair, ready to deliver a flagrant that the refs refuse to review. And you just know Sydney Colson is hyping it up from the bench, laughing, roasting, and keeping the energy sky high while the rest of the league watches in horror.
What do you mean Sydney Colson is joining the Indiana Fever? What does that mean? Indiana is just being so fucking greedy right now. They took DB, they took Natasha. Now they got Sydney Colson. Like, why would they take Sydney from us?
Meanwhile, Angel Reese is still out there trying to sell Unrivaled like a high schooler handing out flyers for their garage band. Please come watch me play. I promise I can do more than put back layups. And the Asia Wilson fans? They are seething. Meanwhile, Fever fans are out here celebrating like it's a championship parade. Asia Wilson's timeline is flooded with "it's not fair. Why do they keep getting good players?" Well, maybe it's because the league wants real competition. Maybe it's because Indiana is actually building something instead of relying on vibes and hoping for the best. The WNBA better brace itself, because the Indiana Fever aren't here to play nice. They've got Caitlin Clark ready to run the show, shooters, defenders, and Sophie Cunningham ready to drop the gloves at a moment's notice. Asia and her fans? Better buckle up. It's about to be a long season for them.
I didn't know they were going to load up like this, though. DeWanna Bonner, Sydney Colson, just re-signed Kelsey Mitchell. You already have Aaliyah Boston. You have Caitlin. You have Lexi. You got the MAGA Barbie. Look, this is going to be good and bad for the Fever. And this is going to be good and bad for CC. Because if CC can't get a ring with the Super Avengers that Kathy and the Indiana Fever has assembled, then
Now let's fast forward to game time. Imagine this season. Fever versus Aces, the so-called super team that's been talking reckless all off-season. Big mistake. One hesitation move, and poof, Asia Wilson is left grasping for air. Caitlin steps back, fires bang. The crowd erupts. Becky Hammon on the sideline looks like she just saw her tax bill. Next possession, Asia Wilson calls for the ball in the post, thinking she's about to do damage. Aaliyah Boston meets her at the rim like a security guard checking IDs. Blocked. The ball goes the other way. Caitlin pulls up from the logo like it's a layup. Money. Timeout. Aces. Las Vegas fans. Shambles. Meanwhile, DeWanna is just chilling, nodding like, yep, exactly why I came here.
Caitlin Clark thing is a great point, and it's so special that men get a chance to actually watch a really, really good women's basketball player, or arguably the best women's college basketball player ever. Special to see, and something that you probably will always look back on and go, Caitlin Clark, I watched her when I was younger. She's that good.
One thing is crystal clear. The Indiana Fever aren't just here to compete. They're here to take over, like a team of basketball Avengers assembling for world domination. And this season? Oh, it's shaping up to be a full-blown cinematic masterpiece. Action-packed. High stakes. Caitlin Clark pulling up from the logo like she's the main character. The Fever kicking down doors like an FBI raid. And the rest of the league? They'd better start rehearsing their "we tried our best" speeches now, because this takeover is inevitable. If you're hyped for the ride, like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.